Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Bob Proctor wrote a book called It's Not About the Money. And he started reading Think and Grow Rich. And he said this book was very important to him, that he read it over and over and over. Every day he read a sentence or a paragraph or a chapter every day since 1961 when he got his first copy. Think and Grow Rich was written by Napoleon Hill, and it was one of the real groundbreakers in the field of personal and professional development. It's inspiring and profound information, and Napoleon Hill delves into all kinds of topics, stories, examples, and exercises, but he doesn't really talk about money. There's another book that seems strange about getting rich, and it's called You Too Can Be Prosperous by Robert Russell. He was another great author. But one of the keys to creating wealth for yourself is to understand that money is not the goal. Money is not the goal. Most people look at people who are very wealthy, millionaires or billionaires, and we assume that there's something really unique or special about them, that maybe they're more intelligent, they're more savvy, or that maybe they were born into privilege. They're wealthy because they have thoroughly internalized the mindset of wealth, and that can never be taken from them. There are millionaires who have lost everything and went broke, and they get right back up and become wealthy again because they've come to understand how money works. That understanding is imprinted on the subconscious mind. It's imprinted on their subconscious mind, like most people have the wrong information about money imprinted on their subconscious mind. Bob Proctor carried the book Think and Grow Rich with him every day from 1961 to 2022 when he passed away at the age of 87. He was a phenomenal teacher and my mentor. I loved him, and you could see that he exuded confidence, and he had brilliant ideas and he acted on them. But he always talked about not even having a couple of months of high school. He wasn't educated, but he studied every day. And he says, money is not the goal. Wealthy people have the consistent ability to act when opportunities present themselves. Now think about how you see life. Seeing is believing leads you directly to a life that's based only on perception. And for many people, it could be a life that we hate. Listen to yourself first. Reality is what you make it. Most people think of opportunity as something that arrives with great fanfare, a blaring, obvious event, almost hits you with its obviousness. It's almost as though we expect to see a giant neon sign flashing the word opportunity to appear with a brilliantly lit arrow to point the way. It doesn't work that way. That's where awareness becomes important. Every day, opportunity slips past us. Sometimes it's just a whisper that comes during some of the most trying, challenging, difficult times of your life. Sometimes we're in the midst of a crisis or chaos, or we've done things to stay at a job or a relationship or a certain place, and we hold ourselves there because we are afraid of the unknown. We don't look for opportunity. We just try to survive. And we end up getting stuck and feeling worse. And we feel like failures. But successful people often view defeats and failures as opportunities, not obstacles. Some successful people were thrown out of school, they've been fired from jobs. They often faced significant personal tragedies that would sink the average person. But these people chose to see trials as challenges to be met and opportunities to be grasped. And as a result, through adversity, they prosper. Just like watching a seed grow into a plant and then harvest the fruits of it, or the profound amount of vegetables that you can take out of your garden from just a few small seeds. That's how an idea starts. That's how any big opportunity becomes life-changing. It starts as a little seed of an idea. And it takes time. It's a process. Wealthy people understand that wealth is a process. Sometimes it happens overnight, but rarely. Have you ever noticed that there could be danger in sudden wealth? If you become rich before you've developed the wealthy mindset, then you stand in danger of losing that wealth forever. We've all heard about lottery winners who end up penniless a few years after winning millions of dollars. Our culture is filled with celebrities and athletes whose sudden rush to fame and fortune leads them to squanderous lifestyles that ends up leaving them poor early in life and maybe sick and abandoned by their loved ones. These people were never taught to think wealthy. Remember, I said money is not the goal? It will always be your guide if you hold on to that thought. If you have a wealthy mindset, you do what you love and you make money doing it. Money is not the goal, it's the result. Bob Proctor would say that he often met people who were searching for a way to be wealthy as though it was something out in the world that you could hunt down, trap, and keep. In truth, wealth exists inside you. There are things you love to do, things that you would happily do even if you were not paid anything to do them. Well, the people that create a great deal of wealth are doing that. They're doing what they love. The money that follows is the logical result of them following their dream. Money is not the dream. Everyone is hardwired to do something, and we need to find a way to do that something. What is it that you're good at? What do you love? What would you jump out of bed and do every day even if you weren't paid for it, because you love it so much, you get just caught up in doing it so long that time passes and it seems to have stood still. You're just caught up in the moment. You really do what you love. Wealthy people know that success and responsibility go hand in hand. They don't make excuses, they take action. How often have you seen two people in the exact same business, in the exact same location, selling the exact same product, but one is wealthy and the other struggles? The circumstances are the same. What a certain person makes of those circumstances is entirely up to them. There's no such thing as lack of potential. You know, we're taught exactly the opposite, that some people don't have a good memory or some people are smarter than others. And Bob Proctor would say that's nonsense. Everyone has a perfect memory, and the wealthy are not superhuman geniuses. Everyone can achieve wealth. It's a matter of developing the skill. I cannot stress this enough. There is no such thing as lack of potential. There is infinite potential. And your life will never change until you truly and honestly believe that. Believing is seeing. Bob Proctor would say that is the basic truth, and you need to embrace it before you can go any further. We were taught that seeing is believing, and that leads you directly to a life based only on perception. Well, perception is your reality, and reality is what you make it. What if you perceived obstacles as opportunities? What if you started to think about what you would do with all the wealth? Not pay off your debt and buy something that you really like, but what would it feel like to have that time freedom when you don't have to worry about how much money you have or how much the bills are or what the groceries cost? What if you just realized that there is abundance all around you? You want to get into the prosperity consciousness, into the wealthy mindset. How would you help the world? Where would you donate? What could you do? If you had so much money, where would you circulate it? Circulation is one of the keys. Just like water has to circulate and blood has to circulate, money has to circulate. If you understand that when you change your belief about what's possible for you, that you believe that money is easy to earn and it's constantly flowing and it comes into your life so that you can help yourself and others. And the more you have, the more you can do for other people. The only thing that stands between you and the good that life can offer is a sound belief system that is in harmony with the laws of the universe. You are a spiritual being and you have potential without limitation. You can improve every aspect of your life until your entire life is an open and obvious expression of your own inner beauty and limitless potential. Happiness, health, and prosperity are normal, natural states for you to experience. Wealthy people know that success and responsibility go hand in hand. They don't make excuses, they take action. Money is not the goal, it's a tool to achieve our real goal of living our lives according to our dreams and starting to grasp our limitless potential. Financial success is not wealth, it's a consequence of achieving real wealth. That's what separates the truly wealthy from the rest of the world. Finances, employment status, and time constraints do not control their path to success. Believing is seeing, and they are absolutely focused on their ultimate goals. Wealth isn't about generating money. It's doing what you love in the way you want to do it. The goal of a wealthy life is to create the freedom that puts the power in your hands, the power to choose the life you want. Have you put some thought into what do you really want? Many people are captives in the prison of their own mind. Over time, they've built up their own captivity, and we convince ourselves that this tiny space is all we can have and all we deserve. Changing this mindset takes time. It can be difficult. Serious work is required to overtake these assumptions because they're both genetic and environmental. It goes back generations. So if you want to feel wealthy, if you want to feel that you can do what you love and create the lifestyle that you really want, you have to start to think about what would you be doing if you were wealthy and had all the time in the world? Bill Gates was not driven by money, but the incredible challenge that he set for himself and the amazing possibility that if he achieved it, he could change the world. And that's exactly what he did. Bill Gates started a revolution that improved the quality of life for virtually everyone in the world. Regardless of how much money Bill Gates accumulated, it will never equal his true contribution to humanity, which was forever changed by his spirit of innovation. Do you know, he's considered an icon now in our generation, but 30 years ago, he was a college dropout with a clever idea. He looked around the world and identified a way to make people's lives better. Then he acted on that dream and made it a reality. You can start where you are right now and develop more valuable skills, network with wealthy mentors, and focus on serving people. From these actions will come the ideas that will be your specific and unique path to wealth. As you create a new awareness of wealth and come across new opportunities, start thinking of these opportunities with passive income in your mind. It's a key concept. Passive income is something you do once and get paid for multiple times. Think about it. If all you do is exchange your time for money, your wealth is limited. After all, there's only so many hours in a day. How do you solve this problem? You create sources of income that don't demand your constant presence and attention. While those sources of income flow to you, you can use your valuable time hunting out ways to create more. Belief is the cornerstone of a wealthy mindset. So, how do you create this belief of wealth, even if it seems far-fetched right now? First, you have to visualize yourself with wealth. Really sit and actively think about the details of your life that wealth will alter when you reach your goals. Write them down. What does the type of house that you want to live in look like? You could get right down to the color of the walls and the style of the furniture. Maybe you would love to have china dishes and beautiful silverware and crystal wine goblets. In your mind, make them real, not abstract. You can cut out pictures from magazines and use them to build a vision board, or with technology, you can create an electronic version and put that as your screensaver. If you had wealth, what lifestyle would you be living? Every day, spend some time looking at images that will transport you in your mind as though you already owned the home. You're already on the trip. What excursions are you going on? What are you seeing? Who's with you enjoying the experience? This isn't daydreaming. Visualizing lets your mind grab hold of the possible. It trains your mind to the idea that your life is changing and that wealth is in reach. Once you harness the power of your mind, it's not just within reach, it's inevitable. Some people are surprised to learn that wealthy people spend much of their time just quietly thinking. Employees might watch their boss or CEO staring off into space, and they might think that he or she is doing nothing at all. In fact, that person is visualizing the next phase of their wealth and success, the next mountain to climb. And of course, they're watching themselves reach the top. They know that innovation and creativity, the next big thing that will take them and their company to the next level, is not found in mundane daily operations. That's why they have employees. The wealthy mindset has taught them that new ideas are the lifeblood of wealth, and visualizing them to come to fruition is essential. How can you get where you're going if you haven't decided clearly what your destination is? When a wealthy person reaches their goal, It is exactly what they expected, precisely because through visualization, they've already been there. Decide where you're going. Get clear. Pick a destination. You could write out a shopping list of everything you want, and then just choose one thing. Just try an experiment. Focus on that one thing over and over and over, and see how fast you figure out a way to get it. You wouldn't get in your car and start driving when you didn't know where you were going. You would set the GPS, you would maybe look at a map, maybe decide on a route, and then start on your way. But many people live their lives without a map and a compass and a GPS, and they just take whatever comes along. They work at jobs that they hate and never imagine a better way. They accept the familiar simply because they have never taken the time to see past it. Remember that visualization is a very positive exercise. It brings your dreams from your subconscious mind into a place where your conscious mind can connect to them. In order to do this effectively, you have to banish negative thoughts from your mind. And that's easier said than done. Negative thinking is a bad habit that's been practiced far too long by far too many people. Guard your mind from negative thoughts. They can only slow you down. Start to be ruthless in what kind of thoughts you allow to take hold in your mind. If you focus on the positive, great ideas spawned by your best positive creative energies, you'll start to get great results. But be careful. Monitor your inner dialogue closely, especially in terms of what other people tell you regarding money, finance, and wealth. Remember to seriously consider dismissing their thoughts if they have not achieved wealth themselves. If you gain wisdom from someone truly wealthy, open your mind to it and make it part of your internal dialogue. Even if you don't understand it or don't agree, keep it with you. Be aware of your focus. If you say you want wealth, but you're constantly under attack from worry about how to pay your bills or make a mortgage payment, you're engaged in a mindset of lack. Worrying is negative goal setting. It's visualizing in reverse. Don't worry about what you don't have. Focus on what you want. Start to shift your focus. Start to focus on what you do want. Get that beautiful picture in your mind. Write it down and start to practice that. Start to feel it. What would it be like? I promise you, things will start to shift. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindset, in this morning mindful practice. Being mindful in what thoughts you're practicing. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7.